welcome back. Do you want to learn how to play BLITZCLIQUE that's coming out in Chaos Origins? Because so do I. So let's try to learn how to play BLITZCLIQUE. I have not looked up combo videos. I'm basically trying to look at what other people are doing with their deck building, specifically looking at the OCG, making a deck, and then trying to figure it out. So I've been messing with BLITZCLIQUE for the past few days. I don't know how good this deck is going to be, but it looks super fun, and I've had fun messing with it. So I want to show you the deck that I have created on Omega, the deck that I would like to bring to life once Chaos Origins comes out. Right now, the cores for BLITZCLIQUE are expensive. I'm trusting everyone who's like, it's going to be like Art Mage, where it's going to start expensive, and then it should hopefully be a budget deck. So I'm going to show you my deck list on Omega and walk you through just like what the cards do, and maybe do a couple test hands. So yeah, let's go on this journey together. Let's learn BLITZCLIQUE. Okay, so here is the version of the deck that I am currently trying. I'm still messing with ratios, but I want to go ahead and walk you through the BLITZCLIQUE / just new cards that are coming out in Chaos Origins, and also my logic with this. First thing I want to point out is I did not put Harmonia on this deck. I do not want to buy Harmonias, period. I also think that if you are going to invest in Harmonias, there are decks where it would, if you're investing in Harmonias because you're trying to do competitive play, I don't know if BLITZCLIQUE is the one that you're going to be taking to try to win things. Trying to keep this quote unquote affordable. You will see some Fallen the Virtuous, some Ecclesias, some Crowns. You know, it can't make it completely affordable, but I'm not buying 3 Harmonias for BLITZCLIQUE. Sorry. Anyway, okay, let's go ahead and go over the BLITZCLIQUE monsters. So we have Whiska. I believe in the TCG it's going to be Whisker. I think we're just going to Whisker BLITZCLIQUE. So much of the way that BLITZCLIQUE works as an archetype is it is fueled by trigger effects based on destruction. Everything, I'm pretty sure every BLITZCLIQUE card, monster, spell, trap, triggers when something is destroyed. I messed around in Omega, played a game where just on my own, like Chain Link, I had 5 triggers. Like we were on Chain 6 because they had 1, and then I had 5 things that triggered. So there are 2 BLITZCLIQUE monsters that are quick effects. This is one of it. If a card was destroyed by your BLITZCLIQUE card's effects this turn, quick effect. So you are, notice as if a card. So the other thing about BLITZCLIQUE is you don't have to destroy your own cards. You can destroy your opponent's cards, and that's where the field spell comes in, because if you are going first, you would have to destroy your own things. If you have the field spell, you'll give them a monster to destroy. So quick effect, you can reveal this card in your hand, special summon up to 3 thunder monsters from your hand, then you can destroy up to that many cards on the field. Also, you cannot special summon effect monsters for the rest of its turn except from the hand. That's the other thing. All of them have that lock. All the BLITZCLIQUE monsters have the lock of once you do their effect to special summon a thunder monster from hand or multiple thunder monsters from hand, you can no longer special summon except from hand. This is why it does make sense to do something like Harmonia, because the extra deck is you're going to see, I'm sure you saw, I don't have a fully built out extra deck, so I don't even know what to put in here, honestly. I have seen some people doing the chess variant. I'm not there yet, but basically your extra deck is, you're not going to be using your extra deck with this deck. Okay, and then it says, when a monster effect is activated, except in the hand, quick effect, you can return 1 other thunder monster you control to the hand, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy the activating monster. It is important to note that this does negate activation, and it's only of a monster effect, but it is a negate and destroy. So while I don't think BLITZCLIQUE has an end board. If I'm gonna be real with you, this is not something, a reason I really haven't looked up a lot of content, and I'm just gonna figure this out kind of myself. There's not a combo. I'm sure there is. I'm sure eventually I'll figure out the combo. This is a piece you would like to end on. Okay, you would like to end on Whiska, because he has the quick effect. He's an interruption. Return one other thunder monster you control to the hand, negate the activation, and then destroy the activating monster. The thunder monster you would want to return to hand, meaning something else you would want to end on, is Emmy. So running 2 Whiskas currently and then 1 Emmy. Oh, there she goes. Okay, so you run 1 Emmy. And the reason you only do 1, it's kind of the reason you play 1 Crowley. You do not want to draw her. Her effect is if she's added to hand outside of drawing her. So Whisker BLITZCLIQUE has the quick effect when your opponent activates a monster effect, except if it's in hand. You can return one of your thunder monsters back to hand and then negate and destroy. This is the one you want to return to hand. So Emmy says, if this card is added to your hand, except by drawing it, this is why we're playing 1. You can reveal this card, then target 1 card on the field, destroy it. And if you do, special summon 1 thunder monster from your hand, and then it has the lock. The minute you pop something, you're about to have a bajillion triggers that go on the deck. So if we look back at Whiska, right, this is also going to destroy the activating monster. So if you have any BLITZCLIQUE stuff anywhere on the field or even in like the graveyard, this automatically is going to end up having trigger effects. So you can also end up chain blocking stuff a lot. There's quite a few searches that you can chain block in this. So what you would add back to hand, and a monster that we tend to want to search for BLITZCLIQUE is Emmy, because when she's added to hand, you reveal her, target 1 card on the field, destroy it. So you're going to notice again, this is better if you can destroy your opponent's stuff, but you also might have to destroy your own cards. If we're thinking that we're adding Emmy back through Whiska, remember Whiska is going to summon 3 thunder monsters, so you could also just pop one of those. Destroy it, and then you special summon 1 thunder monster from your hand. You can special summon Emmy. So you can special summon Emmy as the effect. So again, like I said, they all pretty much have some type of trigger of when something is popped, right? BLITZCLIQUE has, if a card was destroyed by your BLITZCLIQUE card effects this turn, right? If something was popped, you can do its quick effect to summon. If something is popped or destroyed while Emmy is on the field, she lets you search a BLITZCLIQUE trap. She's purple. She has a purple umbrella. Apparently Konami does this on purpose. I was talking to people about this and I was like, you know, the way I'm remembering which one lets you search what is because Emmy has a purple umbrella, and so she lets you search a trap. And I was like, that's the point. So basically, if another card is destroyed by card effect while this card is in the monster zone, so she has to have already been summoned, you can add 1 BLITZCLIQUE trap from your deck to hand. You can only use the effect once per turn. Oh wait, I won't go into BLITZCLIQUE traps just yet, but just know she does traps. Let me go ahead and show you the one that adds spells because he's green. So Emmy is purple, has the purple umbrella, adds traps. Grain is like a bluish green, adds spells. So this also has you can reveal this card in your hand. So if we go back to Emmy, you reveal it. Now again, this is if it's added to your hand except by drawing it. You reveal it, target any card on the field, any card, destroy it. And if you do, special summon a thunder from hand. Grain just has the effect that if the card's already in hand, you can target 1 spell trap on the field, destroy it, and if you do, special summon 1 thunder monster from your hand. You can summon Grain. You can also choose to summon another thunder monster that you have in hand. Again, this requires that there be a spell trap on the field for you to pop. It's perfectly fine, and I actually think advised to pop your own spells traps because they recycle pretty well. If something gets popped, they're going to add themselves back to your hand, basically, is what's going to happen. So that is how Grain can summon himself or summon another thunder monster, is you target a spell trap, you destroy it, and then if you do, you can special summon. So the only cost for these also, by the way, is revealing and targeting. So you reveal, you target. So honestly, the loss, if somehow this gets negated, just whatever you targeted doesn't get destroyed. Like I said, all the BLITZCLIQUE stuff has this whole if another card is destroyed by card effect while this card is in the monster zone. Notice that Grain and Emmy just say if another card is destroyed by card effect while this card is in the monster zone. Okay, any card effect. That's why we're running MST. That's why we're running Fallen the Virtuous. The only one I believe that has to be a BLITZCLIQUE card effect is Whiska in terms of the monsters. So Emmy, if another card is destroyed by card effect while she's in the main monster zone, you get to search a BLITZCLIQUE trap. Grain, if another card is destroyed by card effect while he is in the main monster zone, you get to add a BLITZCLIQUE spell or field spell. So just like there's a couple different spells. You get to add a spell with Grain. Okay, there are 2 more BLITZCLIQUE monsters. There is Surge, which has a very similar textile to Grain. You can reveal this card in your hand, but instead, Grain targets a spell trap to destroy. So Emmy targets any card to destroy and summon a thunder monster, but she has to be added to hand. You can't have her already in hand. You can't draw her. Has to be added to hand to do that. Grain has can target a spell trap, destroy it, summon a thunder monster. Surge has you target a monster on the field, destroy it, and if you do, special summon 1 thunder monster from hand. You can summon Surge. Like I said, so many triggers. If another card is destroyed by card effect, any card effect, while this is in the main monster zone, you can add a monster. So Emmy lets you add a trap, Surge lets you add a BLITZCLIQUE monster, and Grain lets you add a spell. The thing with Surge, though, is you can't add Surge. So you can add a different BLITZCLIQUE monster other than Surge. And then the last monster is Crack. This is the only other one that has a quick effect. So Whiska is a quick effect if something has been popped by a BLITZCLIQUE card effect on either turn, quick effect, summon. Crack is also a quick effect when your opponent activates a monster effect on the field during their turn. So it's more limited in the fact that this is definitely something you hold for interaction. So when I'm thinking of the end board, I had to sneeze, so I had to pause the video. So when I'm thinking of the end board, you have Whiska on board. You have Emmy on board in order to return to hand. And you have Surge potentially in hand or on board. Same thing, Grain potentially on hand or on board. Honestly, having it on board is better because they already have to be in the main monster zone to have that ability to search. And you can only destroy the monster with Surge or the spell trap with Grain on your turn. They're not quick effects, but you would get a search off. So you can chain block. I guess they could also be on field. Crack is one that I envision you keep in hand because it has that quick effect. So when your opponent activates a monster effect on the field, you can reveal this card in your hand, destroy that monster, and if you do, special 1 thunder monster from your hand. So I think Crack is really good for destroying a monster that has an ignition effect. I'm thinking if I was playing against Malice, if they normal Dormouse, you, we can't because it has to be a monster effect. Oh, this card isn't as good as, I am definitely running into, I really like the mechanics of this. I am definitely struggling with how is this? This would be better if it was just a quick effect. So you have to wait for your opponent to activate the monster effect. Honestly, this would mess me up on Wiccat. Right? I special Wiccat. I do the Wiccat effect to detach, chain, Crack, reveal the card, destroy Wiccat, and then you special summon a thunder monster. So this is one you keep in hand. It does not negate. It just destroys. And you can't even use it on, you have to wait for the ignition effect monster to do the ignition effect. So I guess it doesn't really matter. I was thinking this is one that you would do before they can activate the effect. I'm thinking Elf Note. They activate Lucina to special, but that's not activating a monster effect on the field yet. You'd have to wait for them to do the effect. Anyway, it's going to let you special summon a thunder monster from your hand. And if another card is destroyed by card effect while this card is in the monster zone, you can send 1 BLITZCLIQUE spell trap from deck to grave. The spells and the traps recycle themselves, which is why sending it to grave, it's going to allow you to add stuff back later. So again, if you have the other pieces on board and you pass, just activating BLITZCLIQUE as chain 2. So your opponent activates a monster effect, Crack BLITZCLIQUE, chain 2, reveal, and then destroy. Okay, once that resolves, if you have Whiska on field. This one does not have. Okay, if you have Whiska in hand, if you have another Whiska in hand, you could now special summon. You can now use the quick effect to special summon. If you have Emmy on field, you get to add a BLITZCLIQUE trap because Crack destroyed a monster. If you have Surge on field, you get to add a BLITZCLIQUE monster because Crack destroyed a monster. If you have Grain on field, you get to add a spell. So you see, like, everything triggers. So before I go into the other monsters, I do want to I want to finish with the BLITZCLIQUE stuff. So when we're talking BLITZCLIQUE spells and traps, I am running two of each of the spell and then one each of the trap. We'll see. My ratios I'm not set on, but there is a field spell, there is a continuous spell, there is a quick play spell. So the quick play spell is Breakaway. This lets you place the continuous trap, one BLITZCLIQUE continuous trap from deck face up on your field. Both of the traps are continuous traps. So this is basically a way, if you would like to get the trap out, this is the way to search it. Not even just search it. Place it. This doesn't even search. It places, which is great. Or you can return one Thunder monster you control the hand, then target one card on the field, destroy it. Again, you return the Emmy, you target a card, you destroy it, and then you proc all of your BLITZCLIQUE stuff because something has been destroyed by BLITZCLIQUE effect. So even Whisker would now meet the requirement in order to do the quick effect. So, like I said, all the BLITZCLIQUE stuff has a trigger when something is destroyed by card effect. If a card is destroyed by your BLITZCLIQUE card effect while this card is in the graveyard. So if you're looking at Crack and you're like, why would I send a spell or trap from deck to grave? If this is in your graveyard when you destroy something by a BLITZCLIQUE card effect, so for example, any of the BLITZCLIQUE monsters that destroy something, if that's how stuff gets destroyed, you can add this card to your hand. You can only use the effect once per turn. So there also is, I honestly think maybe even just playing one, because then you use it, it goes to grave. You can add it back, and then you can use the second effect. So this might be something you only play one of, but this basically lets you get the continuous trap out. It also lets you return a Thunder monster to hand and destroy something. And destroying something is the whole way that you end up getting to use all your other trigger effects. If you destroy something with a BLITZCLIQUE effect while it's in grave, it adds back to hand. That is the same for Step Leader. Is that what this one's called? Step Leader. So again, if we go down to the bottom part of the card, if a card is destroyed by your BLITZCLIQUE card effect while this card's in the graveyard, you can add this card to hand. I think that's how all of them. If a card is destroyed by a BLITZCLIQUE card effect while this card is in your graveyard, you can add this card to your hand. Oh, and these ones have Banish. So all the spells, Breakaway, Step Leader, and the Hideout in the Sky, they all have the ability that when they're in graveyard, if a card is destroyed by BLITZCLIQUE card effect, you can add them back to hand. So they recycle themselves pretty well. So you could also think maybe you could only run one, and I think I need to run 3 of the field spells, honestly. So I might cut down Breakaway to 1. Anyway, so Step Leader is our continuous spell, and it says if a card is destroyed by your BLITZCLIQUE card effect, except during the damage step, you can target one Thunder monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand. So again, this is how Emmy is that's what's happening in my mind. When I'm thinking of we're adding back with the quick play. Cannot go that way. If we're adding back with the quick play spell, I'm thinking you add back Emmy. That's the one that has the trigger when you add it back. If we're adding back with Step Leader, you add back Emmy because that's the one that has the trigger effect. Also, during your main phase, you can special summon one Thunder monster from your hand, then destroy this card. If a card is destroyed by your BLITZCLIQUE card effect while this card's in your graveyard, add it back. So this isn't... Okay, that's my other issue. There's not great starters. This will get you a Thunder monster from hand. So this is a way if you didn't have anything else to pop. I'm going to tell you though, once you get the Thunder monster from hand, they don't have on summon effects. The BLITZCLIQUE stuff does not have on summon effects. It has on something being destroyed effects. I think this is where you could play Thunder King Thunder King Ryo. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Because this could, like, if you really brick and you're going first, you can, and you have Step Leader and Thunder King Ryo, and you want to have this out, I guess, to be able to special summon. And then, yeah. So, it lets you special summon from hand. Be so much cooler if it was from deck. Okay, the card I probably need to play 3 of is Hideout in the Sky. I do not think this is what it's called in the TCG. I remember when I watched the set intro video and I saw the field spell, and then I tried looking it up in Omega. Wasn't there. So, Hideout in the Sky, Kaloom. This is what is going to allow you, if you're going first, to give your opponent something to pop. Give your opponent a monster for you to pop so you can get going. Keep in mind, though, like, Grain has to pop a spell trap, so this isn't going to help you. Emmy, she's got to get added to hand, so this isn't going to help you. Whiska, you had to have had something get popped by a Blitzclique effect first. So you have to have Kaloom and you have to have Surge, okay? Surge is really the one that, like, if we're talking like 2-card combo, you have to have Surge because that's what's going to let you pop a monster. So that's why I even think necessarily, like, running 3 of these, yes, but also it's not a guaranteed, like, oh, once you, like, you have to get Surge off of the search. So it's a little risky in the sense that, okay, let me read you what the card does. Has a, like, continuous static effect of monsters you control that were normal special summon from the hand, gain 500 attack defense. I wish that was for each one. Alas, I don't make the cards. You can only use each effect once per turn. During your main phase, you can special summon a Mech Beast token to your opponent's field, and if you do, add a Blitzclique monster from deck to hand. That's why I'm saying, if this goes through, yay. You have now given your opponent a monster for you to pop. You search Surge, because Surge is the lets you pop the monster. You could also search Emmy, because then it's added to hand, and then it would allow you to, Emmy just destroys any card. If this gets ashed, you have it to destroy with Grain, but, like, it can't, like, I feel like Blitzclique, from when I've messed with it, very quickly becomes dead in the water, and that's my biggest gripe with it, trying to figure out, like, I really like the mechanic, I want to try to make it work. This is why I don't think it's worth spending $300 on Harmonious for it, because I don't think that's going to make it meta. Okay, and then again, it has the, if this card is destroyed by a Blitzclique card effect while it's in your graveyard, except during damage step, you can add a 10. Okay, 2 continuous traps. Also, I mean, if you notice the deck list, this is, like, primarily coming from Chaos Origins, so this is definitely a very, gonna have to get a few boxes to get all of this. So I'm playing 1 of each continuous trap. So Alternator says monsters your opponent control lose 300 attack defense for each thunder monster you control. Yay, we love a for each statement. You can only use the following effects once per turn. You can shuffle 1 other Blitzclique card from your hand or face-up field into the deck. Add 1 thunder monster with a different name from your deck to your hand. So again, this could be Emmy, like if you need to place, so let's say off of Breakaway, you place Alternator, and then you can shuffle one of the other Blitzclique monsters, get Emmy, and then that's going to allow you to special. Well, she has to destroy something, so you would have to destroy the Alternator or the continuous. You'd have to destroy the Alternator in order to get Emmy out. Thunder monster for name from your hand or graveyard, and then, which is fine, honestly, because then if you search Emmy off of Alternator and then you do her trigger effect because she's been added to hand to reveal her and then destroy the Alternator, this is fine in grave because you can banish this card from your graveyard and add 1 Blitzclique spell or the field spell from deck to hand. So this is technically also kind of a starter in the sense that, but you have to have another Blitzclique card in hand. Some are more dead than others, though, so this could be you Alternator, you shuffle back another Blitzclique card, you search Emmy, pop the Alternator to special herself, and And then Alternator, banish from grave to get into the field spell, and then you get Surge. And then when we real with you, the end board is kind of, you just want to get Whiska and Emmy out, is kind of how I view it. So I'm like, and then you hope you have other stuff in hand. Okay, the other continuous trap is Return Stroke. BLITZCLIQUE monsters you control cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effect. We love that. I think this is really another good one, a good piece to end on. You can only use each effect once per turn. When your opponent activates a spell card or effect, you can return one BLITZCLIQUE monster you control to the hand, negate that effect, and if you do, destroy that card. Again, the one that makes the most sense to return to hand is Emmy, because that's going to have a trigger. And then once you destroy the card, everything else you have is going to have a trigger, because now with a BLITZCLIQUE effect, you have destroyed a card. So if this is engraved, this gets to get added back. If this is engraved, this gets added back. If this is engraved, this gets added back. If Grain's on field, you get to get a spell. If Surge is on field, you get to get a monster. Like, the chain gets really long with BLITZCLIQUE. This also has the effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one BLITZCLIQUE monster in your field or graveyard and return it to the hand. So Return Stroke, you're returning stuff to hand. Okay, so that is all the BLITZCLIQUE stuff. Other coming out, other new pieces is the Astrasma Urania. This card. So I'm playing 2 of. I also think it could be 3 of. Again, messing with the ratios. You can special summon this card from your hand by returning up to 2 monsters you control to the hand. So you can just return 1 monster to hand. I feel like Emmy is the star of the show. Maybe I'm getting pigeonholed in my thinking, where I'm like, oh, I think Emmy is the best card in BLITZCLIQUE. You return up to 2 monsters you control to the hand. Special summon. You can only use each of the following effects once per turn. If this card is special summoned, so let's say you have an Emmy on field, and then this doesn't activate. Wait a second. This just says you can special summon by returning up to 2 monsters you control. That's crazy, because if it doesn't activate, there's not room for your opponent to respond. You just go, okay, special summon Urania, return Emmy. And then Urania is going to trigger. And Emmy's going to trigger. If this card is special summon, you can reveal any number of monsters with different levels in your hand, then target that many face-up cards your opponent controls, negate their effects. If this card on the field is destroyed by card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can add this card to your hand. We love it. This is another piece that for going second is great, because you basically just at the very start of your turn, you get 1 monster out, and then you go, okay. Also, when it says different levels, I don't know if anyone notices, but all of these are different levels. So this one, Whiska, is 3, 6, 9, I think 8, 1, 4, 3, 2. So all of these are different levels. This is 7, so you could even reveal another one, which is different levels, and just has to be a thunder monster. Oh no, any number of monsters. This card's kind of busted. Emmy plus this might be the best cards in this deck. So you just reveal any number of monsters with different levels. So Fua, and Ash, Droll. I mean, we have anywhere from 1 to 8. So yeah, and that's how many you get to negate. You can negate their effects. So this is definitely a piece of interaction that's really, really, really good for going second. It might be something that I put another one in the side, and then you run 3 up going second. It might not even be something you run going first, and you do more, I don't know what, but honestly, maybe doing 3 lightning crashes going first. So lightning crash. Easy peasy, add a thunder monster from deck to hand. But you cannot normal summon or set monsters with its name until the end of the turn. That's perfectly fine. All of them we want to special summon. So Lightning Crash is how you can search your thunder monster. So honestly, probably, I'm going to be making changes as we're doing this. I think doing 3 Lightning Crash is probably the move. And maybe going down to 1 Breakaway. maybe one step leader, actually. This is going to be a work in progress for quite a while. But yeah, maybe 3 Lightning Crash, because that's at least that it's going to get you a Thunder Monster to hand. Other cards in the deck is 3 Fuas, 3 Ash, 2 Droll. We are doing 3 Crowns. This could be 3 Droplets. This could be 3. Okay, I've also seen versions of the deck that are doing Radiant Typhoon Visions. If you don't know what that one is, it's basically another like a draw engine. Ooh. So draw 2 cards. Then if you have a Radiant Typhoon card or a quick play spell in your hand, discard one of them or discard your entire hand. So I have seen some versions of this deck that are going like super quick play spell heavy. I don't like that gamble. I am doing 3 MSTs because, again, part of how you get your stuff going is popping. Even if you end up bricking and you can't really summon anything on your turn, like if you went first, if you just set an MST, that is going to do any of these trigger? Because this has to be by a BLITZCLIQUE card effect. Well, I guess honestly, what it would do is it would trigger your ability to search. Sorry, I was thinking like, oh, what if you brick and you just set an MST and then you wait to start special summoning on your opponent's turn? That's not how that works. Because Crack is a quick effect, but it's when your opponent activates a monster and then something has to get destroyed by a BLITZCLIQUE effect. This would be such a better card if a card was destroyed by card effect this turn. I don't think it'd be broken either, Konami. I think it would just be a more viable card. 3 Fallen and the Virtuous. Again, literally just for the destroying proc that we're trying to get. We're just trying to pop stuff. And then if you look at the extra deck, I just put in 2 Albions, 2 Ecclesias, a Typhon, a summoner. I'll put an SP, I'll put an IP. I am not messing with the, like, honestly, could probably just put 1 Albion, 1 Ecclesia. You need something for Fallen, but that's like I have not thought through when the extra deck is going to come into play in this. Yeah, and then I did think this was kind of funny. I did put the Thunder Kaiju in the side. I mean, it gives them something for you to pop, like going first, you can special summon, or going second, you tribute one of their monsters, you give them the Kaiju. Just saying. Okay, so, that was a lot. I want to do a little review before we get into a couple test hands of, again, what the cards do and kind of how I remember. So if we're looking at BLITZCLIQUE, all of the BLITZCLIQUE spells, there are 3 of them. They add themselves back to your hand if any card was destroyed by a BLITZCLIQUE card effect. Return Stroke lets you add a monster from field back to hand or from grave back to hand because it returns them. Alternator, this one I don't have memorized. You can shuffle one. Oh, you alternate. You can shuffle one other BLITZCLIQUE card from your hand or face of field and add one with a different name. So you alternate. You take one you have, you get a different one. The only 2 monsters that have quick effects are Crack and Whiska. Whiska is a quick effect if a card has been destroyed by a BLITZCLIQUE card effect this turn. You reveal him, you special summon up to 3 Thunder monsters, which can include him. And then he has a quick effect on the field as a disruption to return 1 other Thunder monster you control to hand, negate activation, and destroy the monster. The Crack quick effect is when your opponent activates a monster effect on their turn. So this is very much a card you keep in hand for your opponent's turn. You can reveal this card in your hand, destroy the monster, and if you do, special summon 1 Thunder monster from your hand. And then him and the other, I'm thinking Whiska's the dad. So dad does not have a like proc when any card is destroyed. The children do. So Crack, if another card, doesn't have to be monster, if another card is destroyed by card effect while he's in the monster zone, you can send a spell trap to grave. Grain is going to let you search a spell if another card is destroyed by card effect. Surge is going to let you search a monster if another card is destroyed by card effect. And Emmy is going to let you search a trap. So Emmy lets you search a trap because she's purple. Surge lets you search a monster because she's orange. Grain lets you search a spell because he's green. And Crack lets you send something to grave because he is red, and red is the color of death and the graveyard. Okay, and then rest of them also have Emmy has to be added to hand, can't be drawn, to reveal. Target a card on the field, destroy it, and then special summon a thunder monster. Surge, you reveal. You target a monster, destroy it, special summon a thunder monster. Crack, again, was reveal. Destroy the monster that activated the effect, special summon a thunder monster. Grain, you reveal. You destroy, you target a spell to destroy, and then you special summon a thunder monster. And yeah, that's the BLITZCLIQUE stuff. Okay. Let's do test hands. I forgot that the test hands button was right there. Okay. So we drew, let me move my face. Okay. We have a Fua, we have a Breakaway, we have a Whiska, and an Alternator. So as you're going to see, the only choices we have, if we were going first, is to Fua our opponent, or normal summon our Fua, or we can activate Breakaway. So this lets us place a continuous trap from deck, which, okay, so let's try this. So if we did Breakaway, see, if Whiska was destroyed by any card effect, it'd be so much better. Okay, so let's go ahead and get Return Stroke. Okay, so this is what I was saying. Actually, this isn't that bad. I'm going to tell you, from when I've been messing around with this, I do admittedly get a little like, sometimes it feels like there's nothing to do. But when you can do stuff, it's really, really cool. So Return Stroke is going to allow us... Oh, this is a bad. Back when your opponent activates a spell, card, or effect, you return. Yeah, see, we need Alternator. Sorry, we need Alternator, because Alternator is the one that would let us shuffle the Whiska from hand. See, I think we have to pop it. What do we want to send? See, I'm not running. I'm wondering if it would be worth, if we're going to be doing this, to run any type of Fallen Balbaz stuff. Let's just send this. Pop. Okay. Reason is because can't I banish this? Target one BLITZCLIQUE monster in your field or graveyard, return it to hand. What else could we have done with this hand? You can shuffle one other BLITZCLIQUE card from your hand. See, like, I'd have to set this. Okay, let's set it. Let's go ahead and do this right away, just so we can see. So we're going to put Whiska back into the deck. We're going to add Emmy. Or do we add Crack? So yeah, the issue is that it's not, because I could have Crack for interaction. See, the thing is, like, they already have to be on the field for stuff to be destroyed. And this is going to let me add a trap, which isn't great. Let's just do Crack. So I honestly think we'd probably want to get Crack out. Let's go and battle with the mouse. These are just test hands. See, you would assume that they would activate a monster effect. You would reveal, destroy, special summon, Fallen and Virtuous to pop the alternator, because then that would trigger to send a spell trap from deck to grave. Let's see what we draw. Okay. Let's draw your cards. Let's do a different test hand. Like, honestly, I think, because realistically against the AI, let's try another one. I really like the idea of the deck. Ooh, I feel like it'd be bricking. Okay, this is better. This is a lot better. So let's go ahead and start by placing the field spell. And then this is going to let us give them a Mech Beast token. We already have Surge. So I would say normally you would add Surge, because that's like the one that's going to destroy a monster. But let's do Emmy, since we already have Surge. And then we can activate Emmy, destroy. Do we special summon? I think we special summon Emmy. So this would also let us get into Whiska at any point. It's a quick effect because something has been destroyed by BLITZCLIQUE card effect. We could destroy the Emmy. So I think before we do Whiska, let's go ahead and get... Do we get Grain? Because this could pop... Yeah. So, okay, sorry, let me walk you through my thought process. They all have something that if a card is destroyed, Emmy's going to let us add a BLITZCLIQUE trap. So I'm thinking before we do Whiska, which is going to reveal and then special summon, and then you can destroy. At this point, we're not going to destroy anything. I actually even wonder if this would be worth holding. So this one, man, okay, if a card is, how do you destroy on your opponent's turn? So maybe that's the thing, is trying to set up a world where we would have a way to destroy on our opponent's turn. So I'm thinking Grain. We just pop the field spell, because again, the field spells are going to be added back to hand if, while they're in the grave, a BLITZCLIQUE effect destroys a card. And then let's summon the... See, none of these have on summon. We'll summon the Grain. And then that's going to trigger Emmy. And then... Which one do we want? She's only once per turn, I'm pretty sure, by adding it to hand. Yeah. So there's no point bouncing her back again. Was she a soft once per turn? Nope. Hard once per turn. Emmy BLITZCLIQUE. Hard once per turn. Cannot be destroyed when you're playing. Okay, that's a bad one. This one's a better one. Yeah, I think we do this one. Set. Let's see. Because honestly, that could have been the thing that gets set first. We want to add this back. I think we destroy Emmy. And then, see, this is going to add back, and then grain is going to let us add, which one would we want? I'm trying to think like what I could have ended on with this that would have actually been good. Because right now I'm like, okay, it might have. Reveal this card in hand, special summon up to 3 thunder monsters from your hand. Right now he's the only one in there. And then you can destroy that many cards on the field. So I'm wondering if there's a world where like, how do I destroy their stuff with BLITZCLIQUE effects on their turn? I think it's with Breakaway. So what if we set Breakaway? Okay, what if we just... Let's go ahead and activate. Oh, wait, I don't want to do that. Oh, it says BLITZCLIQUE card. Oh, but it has to be a monster. Ooh. Well, I actually think this would probably be fine because we would want Crack in hand since he has the quick effect. Okay, so here's what I'm saying. And then you could break away. What do I want to do? I want to return and then target to destroy. And then we could immediately Whiska. You get all of them out. And then we could destroy my field spell because then that's going to trigger Breakaway to add back, Crack to send to grave, and Surge to search. So I feel like there's a lot, like if this can start going, I feel like it's so good. I feel like it's so good because now we could still have the Crack interruption because we actually didn't use the quick effect. We can send banish. Okay, we could send return stroke because then that's going to let us get Emmy back next turn. What is it saying I can activate? Oh, wait, you can do that whenever, can't you? Oh, I forgot. Continuous traps in grave work at whatever the spell speed is. Oh, I forgot that. That continuous traps in grave. So you can banish them from graveyard on your opponent's turn as well, right? Right? Okay, so, I mean, obviously, right? It's letting me do that. So we banish. Oh, we need to banish the other one. That's fine. Okay, this is going to let us add to hand. We'll add this one. And then we can banish. And this lets us get back Emmy. And then Emmy is going to destroy and then special summon. We'll destroy you. Man, can you imagine if they had more monsters out? Then look how many cards we had in hand because everything added back. Okay. So, obviously this is not ideal. I do need to do some games against actual people and casuals with this deck. But like, as you can see, trigger effects on trigger effects. We have so many cards in hand off all those trigger effects. Okay, so that was BLITZCLIQUE, just like 2 quick test hands just to kind of, also for my own, I'm learning this too, okay? I am not coming from a place of like, I am the BLITZCLIQUE master. I'm also learning BLITZCLIQUE. I figured we can take this journey together. Let me know your thoughts. If you're planning on playing BLITZCLIQUE, what you're going to be doing the same, what you're going to be doing different. How do we make it good? How do we make it viable? I'm going to mess with it some more. I'll make more content around it, especially since Chaos Origins is coming out sooner rather than later. I am planning on going to a premiere event. I'm going to be taking Fairy Tale Magistus, so I'm going to be messing with that. And I do think I'm going to try the Charmer Quartet. Everyone says I should, and I was playing a couple games with friends, and I was running into the issue of like getting stuck. So it's not I'm only playing Charmer Quartet. I think I also, playing some games with friends, and I was getting stuck on the fact that I would hard normal summon, and then my stuff would get blown up, and then I couldn't do anything. So I'm also going to try adding in Regulus and the new Endymion stuff. But since I'm making the changes, I'm like, I guess I could maybe try the Charmer Quartet. I did try Summon Sorceress. I think it's gimmicky, but that's for another video. That's for another video for me to tell you what I do with that. But yeah, I am planning on going to a Chaos Origins release event, trying to hopefully get all my BLITZCLIQUE stuff. And I should believe in myself and say, I'm going to win the mat. I don't think, but I would like to win 2 matches. That's my goal, 2 matches. But yeah, we'll do more Chaos Origins BLITZCLIQUE content along with our regularly scheduled. Alphonse is Hungry. I am so sorry. I'm a bad mom. Okay, I'm getting off. Okay, I gotta go. I gotta feed this little man. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.